Good evening and welcome to the weekend news review on Star TV. I am SARA CAMARA and joining me is Modiel Baji as we look at stories making wave across the Gambia this week. Modu, you're welcome.
Yes, evening Sarah, and of course to our wonderful viewers, those joining us on this Star TV at this hour. We say a wonderful evening to you all, and of course I will be joining my boss here, the legendary SARA CAMARA, to dwell on the headline making stories over the weekend from Star TV. Thank
you very much, Modiel Baji. We start with SARA. Last Saturday night in Jarumekoto village, Central River region, a tragic road accident led to the loss of 7 lives, with several others currently receiving medical treatment. Our SANA reports on the community distress following this devastating incident.
Lives of 6 young boys aged between 12 and 16 years cruelly cut short. The victims, who were celebrating a football victory in the rural settlement of the Central River region, were struck by a vehicle bearing registration number West Coast Region 6924A. This heartbreaking occurrence serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of pedestrians on Gambian roads, especially in areas with inadequate protective measures. The Gambia Police Force has also confirmed that 9 individuals sustained serious injuries in the accident, one of whom is a 23-year-old lady currently receiving necessary medical attention at local hospitals. Following the incident, the driver responsible has been taken into police custody and an investigation is now underway to examine the details and circumstances surrounding the accident, aiming to shed light on any potential factors contributing to this tragic event. This heart-wrenching incident in Jarumekoto emphasizes the urgent need to address road safety as a priority in the Gambia. Awasane for Star TV News.
And that was our SANE reporting on that story in SARA. We've seen road accident that happened in Jarumekoto village, and then it was a tragic accident. At least a lot of people lost their life. You know, I think looking at the nature of road accident in the Gambia, one has to be very careful. Sure. You know, when driving, especially, you know, in the Central River region. Indeed,
it is annoying. It is annoying because, you know, those whose lives were claimed will never be, you know, will never be regained again. Yeah. And of course, those who, you know, suffered in the incident, because we understand a good number of them are currently admitted at the General Hospital in Banjul, yeah, where they are currently undergoing treatment. But we are made to understand, you know, one of them also ended up joining those who, you know, lost their lives as a result of the incident. Making it 8 yeah. People. Yeah. So it's annoying. Though, you know, we understand that police also cannot be, you know, omniscient, cannot be omnipresent at any scene. Yeah. But later on, the police PR also made an update regarding the matter. Okay. You know, trying to, you know, inform the public that most of the when this incident was occurring, within that area, where the vehicle started its journey and where the incident occurred, there was nothing like a checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, and of course, I was also lucky to host the traffic hour on the radio, and somebody called trying to, you know, set light on the matter, whom I believe to be, you know, an eyewitness. An eyewitness to the incident. Yeah, he informed us that the vehicle was running without a windscreen, neither light. Yeah. So it was running like that, and it was very late in the night. There was nothing like horn, according to him, or talk less of the vehicle, you know, putting on his, you know, lights. At least, yeah, that jubilant crowd would have understand that there is something coming behind us. But with the, you know, ambience and yeah, of course the joy in them, they, you know, were with the view that it was something just normal. All of a sudden they just see a truck bumping into them. But again, the Gambian forces also joined the Kursiet, yeah, in ensuring that, you know, they at least get the man, because reports, you know, were making around that he failed to stop. Okay. Yeah, then he ran. Then with the support of Lamin Koto Barracks under the command of Major Abdullah Boy, who is the commanding officer there. He also, with the support of his men, went on the rampage to ensure that they pin down the driver and then surrender him to the deputy commanding police commissioner for the area, CRR. Yeah, but as of now, the man is also helping the police on their investigation, ensuring that they gather accurate facts, and then we hope with that we will know where the government or the police will pin the man.
Yeah, but don't you know that sometimes negligence play a key factor in these things, especially drivers. Driving responsibility is something that is very important, and also making sure that the vehicle that you are driving, have all the necessary requirements, because I think that is very, very key. I can see there was a time that police, I think during the rainy season, where police used to stop vehicle, try to see whether their lights are working, everything is working. If it's not working, then they park you. I think that shouldn't only stop during the rainy season. It has to be year round.
Yeah, this is why there was a day I met this young officer, a police officer for that matter. Then it was when the DECAF were launching their support project with the police. I was having a close chat with the young officer, and he was like, some of these doctrines are old. This is why at times you will see us will arrest a thief. Within few hours or days, you see him back in the streets again.
Exactly.
Somebody will, commit a big crime in town. Then within days, you see him, back in the streets. So we hope that this new document they have will at least try to remedy all these, shortcuts that are affecting us. By right, driving a vehicle without a windscreen is an offense. No light is an offense. The horn, according to our sources, that the man was not even horning. There is also another, another point of
maybe the horn was even faulty.
Yes, if it is faulty, I believe it must be another, another offense for him to, face. So I hope the end of the investigation will at least answer the families, the bereaved families, something that will wipe their tears, though the lives cannot be, regained anymore.
Yeah, the life cannot be regained anymore. Thank you very much, Modu, on that. Now we go to another story where government officials held discussions with the National Federation, of Gambian Women to find solution for accommodating women vendors affected by the ongoing roads clearing exercise nationwide. Maria Madem has more on this effort.
Today at Brusubi Phase 2, where the Federation owns and builds an unoccupied market with a total investment of over $40 million. The purpose of establishing this market was to empower women across the Gambia. However, despite the market's formal opening in 2016, it remains largely unused and incomplete, deterring potential sellers and buyers from utilizing its prime location in Brusubi Phase 2. Recognizing the disruption caused by the current road clearing exercise to street vendors, the Gambia government, led by the Minister of Interior, Honorable Siaka Sanko, formed a delegation comprising members of the Security Council and the Ministry of Gender, which visited the executive members of the National Women Federation with President Barrow's directions to explore the possibilities of accommodating affected vendors at the Brusubi market.
The President, from the meeting we had at the National Security Council, which he chairs, said that we should engage and try to find out other avenues where the women can be a place that we realized that we couldn't just go and remove people from their places of business enterprise, even though they are illegally encroaching. But we also have, as a government, a responsibility to find a place for them. So this market was identified as one of those places that government can leverage on, try to see whether they can, we can work with the women. This belongs to the Women Federation. They spend a lot of money, millions, see whether we can work with them.
The National Women Federation, represented by its executive members led by Interim President Maria da Costa, welcomed the government's proposal, highlighting the challenges they face in utilizing the market and expressing their concerns.
So I think what we are doing right now is a very positive way. We have discussed, we've told them what the issues are. The main reason why it's not functional, it has been functional. The main reason why it is not functional is this is a place, the landscape is very difficult. It's a muddy area. When the rains are here, even if it is the very first rain, if it is very, very heavy, nobody comes in here.
During the visit, several key concerns were raised, primarily focusing on the need for improved access to water and electricity, as well as ensuring security measures are in place. It was also highlighted that the market will greatly benefit from the addition of pavements and other essential structures to fully optimize its functionality. After several hours of discussions, the Minister of Defense explains the meeting's outcome to reporters, emphasizing government's commitment to addressing the long-standing issues related to the market and finding ways to accommodate the women street vendors.
It was a very good meeting, and I think these are concerns that, this government would like to see that issues that affect the well-being of women in this country is addressed. We will present all the concerns to the relevant authorities. We understand that the association has a mandatory contribution or before you become a member. And then not only that, we will be also providing some support. Government will be providing some support to the women to have them all in this market so that at least the difficulties and challenges they've been facing where they used to be in the road corridors will eventually be addressed.
The interim president of the Federation described the meeting as both long overdue and fruitful, expressing satisfaction with the progress made and the government's willingness to work towards a solution.
As we are discussing, a lot of positive things are coming. A lot of commitments are being made. Some commitments are being even made by in 2 weeks' time. We will be seeing the reality, and we hope it will continue. We are excited, as I said, and we think now is the right time, and we believe and hope that we'll see a U-turn.
Once the project is completed, the market will boast over 400 stalls with additional concrete tables specifically designed for vegetable and fish vendors. Moreover, the development will incorporate a mall, running water, electricity, storage facilities, a groundnut oil production center, an ice plant, paved concrete pathways within the market, a security post, a daycare center, and much more. Currently, the market is equipped with only 2 boreholes, which has proven to be insufficient. However, the visiting delegation has assured that action will be taken to address these issues within the next 2 weeks. Upon successful execution of the proposed plans, the market anticipates attracting thousands of women who have to register with the National Women Federation, either individually or as part of a group. Meanwhile, over the time, there have been persistent rumors that the market is infested with jinns and snakes, leading to the abandonment of the premises by both buyers and sellers. But the Federation has dispelled these rumors, asserting that since its establishment, no such encounters has been reported, reaffirming that the market is a safe and secure environment for all stakeholders. Moving forward, it is expected that the government and the National Women Federation will continue to collaborate, addressing the identified hurdles and ensuring that the market becomes a vibrant and functional space that supports the economic empowerment of women. Maria Madam, reporting for Star TV News.
All right, thank you very much. That was Maria Madam there reporting. We've seen the road clearing exercise that is currently taking place, has really taken a toll, on Gambians, especially, women vendors. Sure. A lot of things have happened, of course. We've seen, people, Gambian, vending their anger, on social media, especially if you follow activity that's happening on TikTok. We've seen women, who, earn their daily life, through selling on the streets, are not satisfied with what is happening. But also, it's good that the Federation, of Gambian women also intervene, engage government to find a solution to this. And I think, for me, I would not say it's timely, because I think this is what they should have done, before they start the clearing of this road, because they know that people are going to be affected. So these people who are going to be affected, where are they going to be accommodated? Yeah.
In fact, for the side of the women, I will, describe it as connective representation. Yeah. This is the National Women's Secretariat, and of course, we had a lot of women crying. Mm-hmm. In fact, others were able to, due to this, were able to earn some support from the diaspora's philanthropists out there. But them coming out, engaging government stakeholders to at least, give that space which is owned by them to be accommodated is something which is, worth commending. Of course, it generates a lot of anger, misconception against the government, others trying to politicize it, saying all sort of words against the government.
It's been politicized.
Sure, that
already,
is, though, it's a move towards the right direction for the Women's Secretariat, though the place is at least, we understand, especially for us who are living within that end, it is, inundated with a lot of misconception, some allegations of, threats and others. In fact, if you listen to the story, you will heard one of the Madame Da Costa trying to propel those allegations that, there are genes or other stuffs within the, found in the market, which,
because one cannot comprehend, a well-constructed market, being abandoned.
It's crazy. Though we understand there are people whose lands were demolished before the construction of the market. Though we understand the type of system which was here, which gave back to all this crisis. But I hope this move of using it to accommodate those who suffered the recent road encroachment demolition will at least give life to this market again. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, another interesting story, of course, is the 3 private member bills were introduced for the first reading in Parliament. These bills seek to repeal current rent, local government, and public order acts. Maria will provide an in-depth report on this development.
The procedural step aligns with Standing Order 65 of the National Assembly, which allows any bill to be introduced in Parliament for an initial reading. The first bill presented on December 12, 2023 is the Rent Amendment Bill introduced by the member of Serekunda West, Honorable Madi Sise. The objective of this bill is to amend the Rent Act of 2014, and its proposed amendments include provision for a landlord's responsibility to provide and maintain habitable rental premises, requiring landlord consent before subletting, specifying regulations for rent increases, and addressing related matters. The second bill tabled is the Local Government Amendment No. 2 Bill 2023, put forward by the member for Latrikunda Sabiji, Honorable Yaya Sanyang. This bill advocates for granting nominated councillors and selected members of local councils voting rights. It aims to ensure that the interests of all Gambian citizens are adequately represented in local government, thus enhancing effective representation and improving the quality of decision-making. Overall, the bill intends to promote democracy and good governance. Following this, the Public Order Amendment Bill 2023 was presented by the NAMFO Central Badibu, Honorable Suleiman Saho. The purpose of this bill is to amend Section 5 of the Public Order Act to align it with international best practices and the guidelines issued by the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. As a result, the current requirement for obtaining a license to hold public gatherings will be replaced with a process mandating prior notice. This new process seeks to strike a balance between the constitutional right to peacefully assemble and ensuring appropriate measures are in place. All 3 bills are now scheduled for Tuesday, 19th of December 2023 for a second reading and for members to debate on their general merits and principles. It is anticipated that these bills, if enacted, will have a significant impact on the rent sector, local government representation, and public order regulations in the Gambia. Maria Amadem, reporting for Star TV News.
We've just seen 3 private member bills, being introduced at the Parliament for the first reading, which are very, very key, of course. Looking at the Rent Act, Local Government Act, and also the Public Order Act. These are bills that are very, very key. But let's focus our attention, on the Rent Act. Because it seems this is what Gambians,
in fact, it's a day-to-day cry in the going by the the comments or the cries of the general public. In a daily basis, you had this conversation in our banter bars, transport vehicles, markets, or any other common places. Even on social media, you have people talking about this, rent issues. Others crying bitterly about the cost, especially like the paying in dollars. In fact, I understand the Justice Minister also frowned against this, and of course the National Assembly, Madi have sponsored a bill trying to ensure that people, the government rather, or the National Assembly stand firm in ensuring that they change the narratives when it comes to the high payment of rent. We even saw some private entities, job creating entities moving from one location institution to another as a result of this high cost of rent in the country.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I think, coming up with this kind of bill, addressing it will at least pay dividend. And of course, those who understand how things work, will at least, understand that when this actualized, government might even earn a political point out of it, or in fact, the assembly will, earn a stab on their back, because these are things that are worth considering.
Yeah, I think it was one of the main.
We have a lot of bills in town, but this one have to deal directly with the electorates,
with the community,
communities. So addressing it, or giving it that sense of value, will at least make the people understand that they have that sense of representation in our national assembly.
Yeah, and I think this was one of the main priority area that Honorable Madi Sise said he was going to intervene.
Yes,
because
I
remember,
was one of his major campaign tools
when he was campaigning, he emphasized that he will make sure that he take this bill to House of Parliament at least so that it will be discussed, because Gambians were daily crying, on these things. And there was a time that I had a judgment, where the judge said, nobody should pay in foreign currency. That it is not allowed. It is illegal, for people to pay in foreign currency. But still now,
yes, it's still the order of the day.
That is the order of the day. It is happening every day
on a daily basis. But I hope, though we understand that for the Gambia, when it comes to law enforcement, we are very weak. Let me say, or will I say this administration is very weak when it comes to law enforcement. But if such things happen, when it is reported to the nearest police station, it should be addressed. But we hope to see, though it's not going to be a kangaroo process, but efforts are underway to ensure that there is an effective law that will address this issue instead of going to the police station. In fact, the actualization of this bill at least will serve as a threat to most of these landlords.
Yeah, looking at, power vested on landlord, sometimes, tenants, feel being victimized, being bullied, by these landlords. Yeah.
So, at times others will be like, some of these landlords are connected and all those sort of things.
Yeah.
But I hope if there is a law, whatever might be the case, they will respect the dictates of that particular law, which will at least guide against the issue of rent in this country. In fact, there are other landlords, they don't even know what the Rent Act is trying to put across. Others do not even ever set eye on the Rent Act. So they act based on hearsay. My friend Sarah also has a land, but in his compound, this is how he is, treating his tenants, or this is what he is asking.
These are the charges.
These are the charges. So I'm also going to follow suit, which is not the right principle.
Yeah, because sometimes you just see landlords will just get up one day and then increase, without giving tenants notice. And by right, you should not be increasing just like that. At least there have to be some development, in that compound before you increase, your rent. But sometimes no development, nothing, just because you say, okay, everything is expensive, so you also want to increase your rent.
Yeah, so it's good. Even I want this the government to consider this when this bill is actualized. At least with the support, with the help of let them work with the local authorities like the councils or the municipalities to ensure that they invite these, or they do it regionally, to at least educate the landlords about the dictates of this particular bill. At least if that happened, if they felt on the other part, because the Gambians, they are more into this syndrome that, I was not aware of it.
Yeah, I think, but I think every landlord, has to register at the
with council. Most of them are. This is why I involved the the council in ensuring so that when this bill is actualized, they invite the landlords and educate them about what the this new policy is trying to put across here. So at least that will mitigate issues of rent crimes and others. I understand that there are a lot of cases which have to do with rent in this country, especially at the Kanifing and the Bundu Magistrate order courts. So we hope that this will be a suitable remedy for the country's rent situation.
All right, now turning to government infrastructure commitment, we've seen that President Adama Barrow, during his recent tour, pledged the construction of 365 kilometers of roads across the country. Hadija, you bring us more details on this infrastructure development plan.
In the Gambia National Development Plan, the government has identified infrastructural development as a crucial element. President Adama Barrow acknowledged that road construction is a complex and costly endeavor, with each kilometer amounting to millions of dollars. However, despite limited resources, the government remains dedicated to ensuring the construction of major roads across the country. Furthermore, President Barrow expressed concern that previous road construction was heavily reliant on grants and loans, which are not sustainable in the long run. But to foster greater sustainability, the Gambian leader stressed the current government aims to fund road projects using taxpayers' money. An example of such projects include the recently completed Banjul Road project, the 86-kilometer stretch in Kiang, the 87-kilometer Hakalang Road, and the 47-kilometer road in Sabah Sanja, among others. President Barrow assured citizens of continued development, outlining plans to construct a total of 365 kilometers of roads across the country. Of these, 190 kilometers will be specifically targeted towards urban areas.
365 kilometers. Niyo kodo khayma ya la nyokan. Wota rafa billion kononto. Wala nyanta ko silo dokul. Ninko billion maybe modol ta bola nyokon. Billion kili wala million wuli kili. Wo kononto million wuli kononto wala nyanta ko silo dokul. Anu ngawotala banko bele kan isaje dol ya soto dol fana ya soto dol fana ya soto bari wokono ko modron keme keme nin tan kononto ngawo be suman kombole kono odo amunta ko hafo be mu kombole niaje ngawoke so gise man def lolu ngalon ne jannon tuba bankoti amne fi moy tuba banko anu ngasila dol do kudla dol tole.
President Barrow emphasized that his administration is actively addressing the challenges faced by Gambians regarding the country's road network. This commitment is evident in the ongoing road construction projects throughout the nation, he noted. Addressing the Gambian National Development Plan, President Barrow emphasized its importance in promoting microeconomic management. This approach, he said, aims to implement policies that benefit all Gambians, thereby improving the overall economy and business landscape.
Ni woyeta sangi tan saba pour yew ko do soto andu menta rafa kilometer wuli lulu wala be gambe be nyata do kula ite mo do kula wadi juma lolu kanga ko liggéeyo ngo de continuer no man lolu mu na continuer wala ken din del ko fo nga.
In addition, President Barrow urged Gambian youths to engage in entrepreneurial pursuits, highlighting the need to reduce reliance on foreign-owned businesses. He also reiterated the government's commitment in providing universal access to electricity by 2025, further enabling socio-economic progress. For Star TV News, I am Hadijaju.
Thank you very much. That was Hadijaju reporting. We've seen the president, pledge, the construction of 365 kilometers of roads across the country. Is another pledge.
Yeah, indeed. Well, for his government, one can say it's focused more on connecting the country. We saw the road and bridges built, which people were saying that it's just a political political propaganda, but we end up seeing it being actualized. Today you can go to URR and come home. So for the
without spending
more time than before. In fact, going to places like SARA Camara, you struggle, because I can recall going to Same. On our way, somebody was like, before when they were coming, the vehicle either must have some issues on the highway, then they would spend the night on the highway. And I was like, well, for now, you go within hours, you are back to Basse. Or if you want, you go back to Banjul. So, it's a plus for us. Though others will be like, this is why we voted for him. But is good. For the Greater Banjul area, we notice a surge in traffic.
Yeah.
But we understand with the coming of the Battle Hardened Highway, you are at a good position to take it because you use that road to go to work nowadays.
Yeah, because it's the fastest, honestly.
So you see, just from Manjai to the main road, then you are already at the table.
You're already at the table.
So you see,
you just take few minutes to arrive at work.
I understand the road is not yet done.
Yeah.
There must be some hurdles that will at least cause some some little traffic snarl-ups, but we understand when it is done, it will be like a free flow. Just observe the Jabang area towards this place, because there were times it used to be a nightmare to go to that place. 4 o'clock you are in Combo, going to Brikama is a big problem. But now the narrative is changing thanks to the initiative of President Barrow. And of course,
would people also not see this, as a political campaign, saying, let's say, I'm going to make sure that I build 365 kilometer routes across the country. When is he going to actualize, these 365 kilometers road? People will say maybe he want to, use this thing, as his campaign tool, so that, next, campaign elections, Gambians would vote for him because of, these promises, pledges.
Well, one thing is clear. We are not here to at least fund the president's agenda.
Exactly.
Though whatever he do, which is right, we will commend his administration. If it is bad, we will butcher them. We will point them on their faces.
Exactly.
Through the constitutional means we have, that's the media platform. But again, Rome was not built on a day.
Exactly.
So he made the pledges, and he strives to get the funds when they are available with support of partners. Then he ensures that the projects are actualized. So this is how it works. The Battle Hardened Highway project, others were saying like it will not happen. Among Harleys, we had all sort of what. But thank God, now even those who were criticizing will
appreciate
the project.
In
fact, nowadays you go there at night, it's a good photo shoot avenue for the Fullers and the Sereres. So thanks to the Barrow-led administration. But I hope this 365 will also, build more space, at least make a lot of, it will give the opportunity, more room for traffic congestion to be, a story of the past. Because looking at the ways, the road they have already, demolished to at least develop. In fact, only that have in fact opened this space for this space in changing the narratives in the country's transportation system. We understand that if you go by the highway, you will see bus stops, new bus station centers where like pedestrians or travelers can sit and wait for a vehicle or a bus, though it is built for buses. So this is what we all yearn for, to see development in all corners. Though this is have to do with roads, we hope so to see in other aspects also. Though we have to specialize on this road. But there are a lot of good things on the pipeline coming, which we are seeing. So we hope for Barrow, he have to accept criticism. The others are saying, well, 365. Others are questioning the quality. Even it will be actualized, whether the quality will be there. So I hope to see that things work as he pledges.
Exactly. Well, over to ECOWAS. ECOWAS extends economic mission mandate. The ECOWAS has extended the mandate of ECOMIC in the Gambia for another year and urged the government to adopt a new constitution ahead of 2026 elections. Maria Madam reports on this significant recommendation.
In the Gambia, initially known as Operation Restore Democracy, was launched by several member states of the Economic Community of West Africa in response to former President Yahya Jammeh's refusal to step down after losing the 2016 presidential election to President Barrow. Troops entered the Gambia in January 2017. Amid some controversy, President Barrow requested ECOWAS to extend the mandate of the economic forces in the country in 2020. However, this decision faced opposition from many Gambians, including lawmakers. Furthermore, during its 64th ordinary session, the Authority of Heads of State and Government made the decision to extend the mandate of ECOMIC in the Gambia for 1 year. The authority also instructed the mission to continue its support for the Gambia in implementing the white paper and necessary defense and security sector reforms. Upon Upon President Barrow's return from Abuja to Banjul, he reacted to the decision made by the heads of state.
But looking at the circumstances around this sub-region, I think they deem it fit that the mission should continue. And knowing very well that they have a representative here, and they did all their assessment and things that are happening around the sub-region, I think there was a conclusion that, consensus that Gambia, the team in the Gambia should continue.
Additionally, the ECOWAS authority urged the Gambia government and stakeholders to expedite the adoption of a new constitution ahead of the 2026 general elections. They also emphasized the importance of implementing the white paper based on the recommendations of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, TRRC.
A lot of issues discussed about other countries, but the Gambia was about the constitution and the TRRC. But so far, I think we are on track. The TRRC, we are setting up a team because we need to investigate these cases before we can go to court or otherwise. So we are trying to set up that team, and the Minister of Justice is leading that. And also we have organizations that are partnering with us to make sure that we have consensus on the constitution, so that we can go to referendum. I think that's what we are doing. We are on track. But because it's an international body that we are part of, they also want to encourage Gambia and support Gambia as far as these issues are concerned.
President Barrow also took into account the concerns raised by Gambians residing in Nigeria and reflected upon them.
I had a very, very good meeting with them. They have issues, they have challenges, because it's challenges of getting passports, challenges of getting birth certificates for their children. I think these were their major challenges, and we were able to give them suggestions and proposals for the way forward, how to address those issues. I think basically that was the discussion, and they always wanted me to update them about developments in the Gambia, and which we did very well, to inform them about the development and the peace and the progress that is in the Gambia, and what we are doing, the infrastructural development. We did make mention of all that.
Maria Madam, reporting for Star TV News.
Was Maria Madam reporting for Star TV on that very important, story. We've seen ECOWAS, extended the mandate of ECOMIP for another year. We've also seen ECOWAS, urging the government of the Gambia to adopt, a new constitution before the 2026 election, which I think is very, very key, and also to work on the white paper report. But I've had the president says, they are well on track, but these cases has to be investigated before they take anyone to court. I've seen the white paper, the TRRC, have already done the job, to investigate. What left is, for these individuals, to be taken to court.
Yes, if they have to reconcile, they reconcile. If they have to be, taken to court, it depends whether the Gambians will forgive and continue, or they have to go to court. I think like the onus lies on the victims at this moment. Let them make sure that to know what is the crimes of the victims, and they go by that. I don't think there is a need for investigation anymore.
Because if you say you're going to investigate things,
the magnitude of investigation done by the commission, I don't think there will be another body which can at least shoulder that level of investigation.
No, and in fact, looking at the economic situation of this country,
we have even started losing some of these victims. We have some of them have passed, like the lady from the UDP, how to call it, the one they call Calamar Revolution, though I cannot recall the name properly. See, we lost her, and there are other people whom we lost too. So we have the narratives of all those people in the media, and of course archived by the authorities of the then Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. So I don't think there is a need for another investigation anymore.
Because even looking at the economic situation of the country, I don't think there is money to spend on another budget. Another team that's going to investigate what has already evidence that have already been given, evidence that the TRRC has already gathered.
I understand, like the Ministry of Justice is the one who at least informed the president on legal issues. So I don't know how informed is the president regarding the outcome of this TRRC white paper, which in fact is warranting him to call for another investigation regarding the issue of victims. Though I would, yes, he said that we are on the right track. Yes, we understand, like the how to call it, the Deda Haidara family, at least now they have wiped their tears thanks to the efforts of the German government. But for those in the Gambia,
nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Those who don't have the what it takes to at least push their perpetrator to somewhere where they can at least face justice.
I think the implementation of this white paper report is taking longer.
Yes, though we understand some parts of it, issues like the creation of the National Human Rights Center, National Victims Center, and then of course the sensitization, giving some liberty to some victims. Do understand there are others who whom I believe to have received their compensation. Others are even, started pushing and pulling of not being, having access to this compensation which the government should give to them. But I don't know if the president come back again and recall for another investigation, then it will raise an eyebrow regarding the gains registered by this TRRC.
Okay, and then looking at all the important, thing that the ECOWAS has already mentioned, I think is the draft of constitution, which I think is very, very key. We've already spent $116 million, on a draft constitution, which was thrown away.
Just in just few days.
Thrown away, by the National Assembly. And here again, the ECOWAS, is telling the Gambia at least, please adopt a new constitution before you go to election, 2026. Looking at the time frame, we are in 2023.
In fact, almost 2024.
In fact, let's say we are just into 2024. We
are in a transitional period.
And now 2026 is also coming. So this short period for me, I think it will be very paramount if government will bring back that draft constitution. If they're going to do some minor changes there, let all stakeholders gather together, have a national dialogue, make the necessary changes that they want to make, and they take to the National Assembly so that at least we can have a new constitution.
Yeah, that is ideal. It's ideal. Though he made mention of the country going for a referendum regarding this thrown away constitution, but again, looking at it in another way around, it is also good, even this 1997 constitution, or the one which has just been thrown away, we can bring it back to the table, look at some clauses that are not in our favor, look at clauses that are gathering dust. We see how best we amend those clauses to suit the current realities of the country. Rather than spending a lot of money, let them spend it to the parliament, that so that the NAMs will have more room to come together and look at this national document holistically to make sure that it matches the current realities, and of course it serves the interests of the general public. I think it is more of being economical than going for another set of a constitution.
Exactly. All right.
And of course, the story also pointed somewhere else, where the president also said, looking at what is happening in the sub-region.
Yes, what is happening in the sub-region.
Extension of the economic mandate in the Gambia.
Yes,
which is, in my own perspective, well, I deem it necessary. The Barrow is the commander-in-chief. In fact, whatever happens, any misunderstanding regarding the country's security, even his former, his predecessor was like, don't joke with security. So I don't know. He is the commander-in-chief. All security apparatus updates him on, I think, in a daily basis or on a monthly basis. I don't know. But he is receiving update from these people, and these are the people we entrusted with the day-to-day affairs of the country's security issues. So he is in this position to act based on those people's recommendation. And of course,
looking at the what he said, looking at what is happening in the sub-region, one would say is very paramount. It's very important.
Yes, and of course,
that if we still not have the economic in the this country? Because I know that, they must have done, security assessment.
I understand the economic used to be. In fact, they are not here only to at least do their operations or to maintain peace and order. They also conduct annual assessment based on the country's the state of our security. And again, importantly, they have this thing they call CIMIC.
Okay.
They try to make to be strong. That is, they call it CIMIC. It means civil military relations, something like that. So, with that, they have built provided water supply to Yundum, some community to Yundum. In North Bank also, we understand they refurbished a school that is, I think, Munyagain. They benefited thanks to the Ghanaian command troops stationed in North Bank. An Arabic school was built. They do cleaning exercises. Recently, we understand they cleaned the turntable garage, and a lot of other places in the Gambia. Likewise in Foni, we have them in Biam also. So, they're doing similar thing. They embark on blood donation. They give support to the sick by providing, health materials to the communities, health services to the communities, and many other things. Though for the president, that is for the securities themselves. That is their how will I call it? That's the efforts of the the economic forces in the country. Yes, that is part of their social activities. But taking it through the president's perspective is paramount. If he is the one they are serving, he's having a daily update. Do you understand the country's security is going on a massive reform, which is yielding dividend. Now, since 1984, it is under the Barros regime that we are able to have what we call the Gambia's defense policy, which talks about the mode of operandi of the security apparatus for the army. Of course, we have the police doctrine with the support of DECAF and that of the immigration. With partnership, we understand we have a lot of our men who are trained outside. Though previously we used to have men going for training, but in this Barrow administration, it is unprecedented. So we hope that these reform strategies under the Barrow administration will continue to gain momentum. And I hope at the end of the 1 year the president is enjoying, 1 year extension, the trust will be there. And the confidence.
Which is very key.
Yes. That the president, though we understand, in fact, changes have been made recently after the voluntary retirement of the former CDS, Lieutenant General Drame. We understand Momo Cham stepped in. We also registered some changes, moving from one infantry battalion to the State House, Njai going to serve as, Commander National Army, while, Usman Gomez moving to be Deputy CDS. This is development. In every institution, when movement occurs, it's development. And of course, these promotions have also been done, which are based on merits, though that's the anthem for the former CDS. Drame. For him, in a daily basis, he will tell you under his command, promotion will be based on merits. So we understand it was taken safe, though until he then decided to retire. And we hope this new command under Mamadou Cham will also at least uplift the status of the country's security to a level that it will earn trust from the country's political phase, that's the president, to make sure that he entrusts our force, the day-to-day affairs, especially when it comes to security today.
Yeah, with the security force, exactly. Okay, still on ECOWAS. ECOWAS donated security equipments. The Office of the National Security received equipment worth $2.7 million from ECOWAS and the German government. This contribution is a significant boost to the Gambia security sector reform, Mariam Adem reports.
Of his materials took place on Tuesday, 12 December 2023 at the State House in Banjul. The donation includes a range of essential items aimed at facilitating efficient operations within the National Security Office. Among the equipment received are TV sets specifically designed for video conferencing, a projector set, a digital camera, laptops and desktop computers, a multipurpose photocopier, and an uninterrupted power supply. Lamin Jatta, the director of the Joint Assessment Team at the Office of the National Security, expressed his gratitude for this pivotal gesture. He highlighted the significance of this donation as the office works towards establishing regional offices across the country. Jatta also acknowledged the continued support of ECOWAS, which has played a crucial role in the ongoing security sector reform.
Additionally, the donated items are coming at an opportune time when ONS is progressing with the reorganization of the office in terms of opening regional offices, establishment of Joint Operations Center, and the Crisis Management Center, respectively. To further strengthen the ongoing cooperation and partnership, ONS and ECOWAS are jointly organizing a 3-day dialogue workshop on SSR for stakeholders in the Gambia. The focus is on the Office of National Security's engagement with the civil society organizations. This will take place Wednesday to Friday this week. It is relevant to highlight that SSR is on course, and the rationale is to ensure an effective and accountable security sector under democratic control with respect for human rights and the fundamental principles of good governance.
Dr. Abdurrahman Jeng, the representative of ECOWAS, explained that this gesture was a response to a request from the Office of the National Security. The aim, he said, is to enhance their operation capabilities and contribute to a meaningful security sector reform process in the Gambia. Ultimately, this assistance is expected to bring peace and security to the citizens of the country.
The Office of the National Security is an important office in coordinating security activities in the Gambia, and in particular the SSRG program. But to be effective in this, they will need the requisite resources and tools. In our quest to empower the office, the ECOWAS Commission conducted a lot of capacity building, including a study tour to Ghana at their request. The objective of all this is to help to build capacity, as this is the first ever office and SSRG is new to many, understaffed, and as the custodian of the SSRG program in the Gambia, it is important.
This support is an integral part of the ECOWAS Regional Peace and Security Architecture and Operation Project commissioned by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development in collaboration with the European Union. Carlos Bozet, the German ambassador to the Gambia, emphasized the importance of utilizing the equipment effectively.
The workplace we are having today, it contributes to overall efficiency, productivity, and functionality of any organization, and it is in recognition of this fact that the equipment is being handed over today. I use this opportunity to commend the management and entire staff of the Office of National Security for their commitment over the past years and for the good cooperation. Despite challenges, they have consistently exhibited unwavering commitment and dedication to the promotion of a safe and secure Gambia, having the huge responsibility of coordinating security sector reform processes in the country. And again, thank you very much for working so well and so closely with us. I also would like to acknowledge the sustained partnership that we have with the ECOWAS Commission, which has laid a robust foundation for the successful implementation of the various initiatives and activities aimed at the enhancement of the Gambia stability, training among others the Gambia Police Force, which we are engaged in with our police project, and the civil society actors in ensuring peaceful elections inter alia. To all our esteemed strategic partners present today, I extend sincere appreciation on behalf of the German government for your steadfast goodwill and support. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to continue to do the good work together with you.
The donated items are anticipated to significantly enhance the overall functions of the Office of the National Security as they work towards achieving the objectives of the ongoing security sector reform in the country. This donation also represents a substantial step forward in strengthening Gambia's national security apparatus and ensuring the safety and well-being of its citizens. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Very much, which is very, very key. Very security sector that is almost about $2.7 million is worth of equipment, and I think which is very, very good, and we commend ECOWAS. We also commend the German government.
So well, they supported the president. In fact, told the president to at least, in fact, they approved the president's proposal of extending the ECOWAS mandate. So at least they would also pave a way to ensure that that mandate ends. Then the president will have an easy flow in ensuring that he have that security, which have a clean mindset towards the defending the territorial integrity of this country.
Exactly.
I understand all what is happening when it comes to security. It happens through the auspices of the current security advisor, Jeng. Jeng is doing wonders since he stepped in. He assumed this office as security advisor. He's trying a lot. So I know maybe when I saw this development, I was like, hope are they not trying to institutionalize that office of the security advisor? It's only here in the Gambia that during the Baronet administration we registered these offices of advisor here and there, and there.
A lot of advice
over the years, over the past years, during the past region rather, we used to have advisors to the president, but it used to be something political. Yes, but this one, institutionalizing this one, especially that of the security advisor, will be a great boost to the government of the Gambia. And of course, it will give a good sense of direction for the security apparatus of this country. Because before we used to have security, they have a constitutional mandate to defend the territorial integrity of the country. But with that, they must have an objective. They must have something that will at least dictate what they should do and what they should not.
Operational.
Yes. With that, the Baronet administration gave birth to a security doctrine, that is defense policy. So we hope with that it will also be encapsulated with trainings, capacity building as it is going. So I believe the advent of this office will also support the security. This is not only be an office which is only cited on the needs and aspirations of the political will, that's the government, but of course that it also consider the aims and aspirations of those serving in uniform, especially when it comes to their welfare, their well-being, equipping them. It is also important. When one is serving, his happiness also determines the outcome of what he or she is taxed to do.
Exactly. Okay. Now over to the Local Government Commission of Inquiry. Former acting finance manager of Mansa Konko Area Council, Mr. Sidi Sane, testified at the ongoing Local Government Commission of Inquiry discussing matters from his tenure. Our Sane covers the revelation.
Mr. Sane revealed his responsibility while serving as the acting finance manager. He explained that his role involved reviewing the cash books submitted by individuals and presenting them to the finance director for verification and insurance of receipts. Additionally, he actively participated in official transactions and meetings when necessary. Mr. Sane also discussed his role as a revenue collector, stating that he and his colleagues collected funds from various sources and delivered them to the finance director for consolidation and subsequently deposit it into the council's account. He provided insight into the auditing process as well.
Every year, yes, every year I am audited. I took all my documents or papers to the audit and I am audited.
Now, the audit office found in 2018.
The audit office in Atajeko was 2018.
That payment vouchers amounted to $178,725.15 bututs have been spent but not posted to the cash book.
Ako ay walnata jeko ni kodo nangamo ay memfadeng ako walnata jeko kodo ni amandu comme yo dépense nyame ya dépense le bara amandu council la fengoto almadi finance a dépense tale.
And these are monies that you will collect as a result of your role as a revenue collector and still not record them in the card.
Ako adu ni kodo keda kodo timi yalo ko ila namo mi yalo kodo ikamentana namo la adu aman safe.
Okay, I mean for Ponyalem.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, the director of finance la fault let.
The way it happens is that it is the fault of the director of finance.
Because
because for me, I have my cash book and my receipt.
Whenever I
close from work, I do all my transactions and I enter it in the cash book and I give it to the finance director.
In response to queries about potential improper expenditures from the revenue he collected, Mr. Sane explained his reasons for such actions during the commission hearing, shedding light on his decision-making process and jurisdiction for certain expenditures.
These are the instructions. These are all the instructions from the Director of Finance and the CEO, and these are all receipted because whatever I do, I normally receipt it.
Where are the receipts?
I go receipt all in there. Receipt all better about the lakono. Ni be store of finance 2018 about the lakono. Because nim to nga to sandrong nga sanda me ka store dinale. I go receipt all le. Receipt all better about the level because ninka all for the ninga san, ninga for like ninga 5 packet of water san, nga sanda me be store dinale. CEO or Director of Finance may yamarala ni taranga restore ya endorse ndeka restore mo tan bila submission ni ngoni la bawjal lebita. Yes, normally when I buy, for instance, the water I bought, whatever I bought, when I take it is taken to them, they issue a receipt and give it to me. That I take to the CEO and he endorse, then I have my receipt.
So where is the receipt?
Because I receipt all be told. What is told thing will submit la fa banda coming 2018 all better la bawjal la kon 2018 la transaction. I have submitted those receipts already since 2018. I know it will be in the vouchers.
No, but you were supposed to have the records.
That is what I call the cash book.
Mr. Sane's testimony at the Local Government Commission serves as a vital source of information concerning the operations and financial management of Mansakonko Area Council during his time as acting finance manager. However, Sane was also given other contracts, including the building of toilets and soccerways and other businesses at the council, which he acknowledged he has no expertise in, but due to what was offered to him, he took the chance.
This is what I'm doing. I don't register anywhere. I don't have any document for that. They just leave me verbally to share their compound for them.
Now, you're this concubine enterprise.
Yes.
Where are your accounting books?
The concubine enterprise.
Yes.
The concubine enterprise have a receipt, have invoice also.
Invoice, receipt. Your accounting books, where are they?
What accounting book is it? Because the concubine we prepared.
You do a business, you don't know accounting books?
We registered.
Do you not do accounts? Do you not?
No, the concubine have only the receipt and the invoice. If I'm giving any contract, I will issue you the invoice and the receipt. Then when you want to pay me, you pay to the account.
How many contracts did you have in 2018?
2018 anyway, I cannot recall, but I have a lot of contracts in LRR because I'm the one who built the mini stadium, defense and the summer mini stadium. We are the one who built that one.
Defense in where?
Mini stadium, the summer mini stadium.
Meanwhile, the witness is given the time to provide all the necessary documents needed as the sittings continue. For Star TV News, I am Awasane.
Very interesting revelation, of course, happening at the local government commission inquiries, and then, you know, these are things that people really need to know that it has been happening, you know, at local government level. You know, they never thought, you know, that one day or the other, you know, they will be taken to tax. You know, they will be questioned as to the expenditures that they were making, because looking at the local government, you know, these are directly connected, you know, through the community. So at least, you know, it is the responsibility of, you know, local government to inform people, tell people, you know, where and where their taxpayers' money, you know, is being spent on. But you know, going by this, you know, local government commission of inquiry, you know, we've known that, you know, they hijacked it, you know, a lot of these, you know, money into their personal, you know, pockets.
Yeah, you know, there's this saying, this common saying, which says like 99 days is for the thief,
one day
and
for the
1
other.
day is for the master. Yeah. Though in life, expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
For these people, this was an everlasting threat for them, which will never end.
No, they were in paradise.
Yeah, so yes. You see, then the part of this commission have, in fact, you know, shame them in their communities because others will like he's working at the council. Then he should do this. And at the end of the day, this type of people with their government should do this and this, forgetting that the development of the grassroots community should come straight from the local government councils, because the tax are paid from them. And the government is, the constitution rather, is given that 60% of the taxes collected should go back to the communities. But how many of these communities, have the knowledge that this is what should be done? Very little. But thanks to this commission, they raising awareness. Now people, understand that, well, if we pay tax, then we expect, if it's not this year, but there must be a year when the local council should come, either they have to build a water project for us, or they are to build a nursery school, or in fact work on our road, the conditions of our road. So it's annoying, understanding that, in fact, he is not the only one, though this story focused on him.
Yes, exactly.
But in most of the councils in provincial Gambia, the authorities there have massively butchered, the taxpayers' money.
And I think only, we as the commission of inquiry is ongoing, and I think when it finishes, there are going to be recommendation, and then we only hope that government will swiftly act on the recommendation of the local government commission of inquiry.
The slowness of this process is looking at the Jane Commission, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the Land Commissions, all these commissions, were here, and of course, the public heard about what transpired during the, when these commissions were, how things were unfolding from these commissions. And of course, now we have this new commission, that's the Bar Commission, or the LG Commission, the Local Government Commission. So we hope that the government will strengthen its efforts in terms of implementation, because initially I told you this, that when it comes to the issue of implementation, things are very slow in this country.
Exactly.
So though this is why we have those people occupying those offices, to make sure that when a commission is built or anything that is in the national interest, they work towards the actualizations of that thing. We have all these commissions, I know, will all land, the white papers from all these commissions will land on the decks of that of the Minister of Justice and the Attorney General. So they have to see how best will they do to make sure that
to fast track
activities, that the public will start to enjoy the outcome of these commissions. You watching, hearing all this narrative, what will come to you, what is going to be in your mind is that government will, this man here, he must be jailed, or he will face justice. But at the end of the day, we understand that
working free.
We saw people working freely. Though we understand that there is this act of prerogative of mercy, but it's not yet. I think that is only active when someone is being jailed. Then later on, yes, you are entitled to such when the needs arise. But for these commissions, things prove to be very slow. This is why, in fact, critics will, in fact, question its actualization under the Barrow-led administration. So we hope to see what will be the outcome.
Right now, finally we move over to URR, as the URR governor calls for regional offices. During discussions on the National Employment Policy and Labour Act, the URR governor emphasizes the need for regional offices to boost trade and employment opportunities. Modial Baji delved deeper into this proposal.
An enviable environment for workers in the Gambia, the government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, is currently embarking on an awareness-raising campaign on the new National Employment Policy, the 2022-2026 Action Plan, and Labour Act 2023. The ministry's delegation, led by Faba Jame, was received by the governor of URR, Samba Ba, in his office. Governor Ba commended the ministry for taking the bold steps to embark on such a sensitization on on those important documents, the governor described the cruciate as important, knowing the fact that the government has already planned to create 150,000 jobs for young people in the country. The governor urged the Ministry of Trade to have personnel in all the regions that will help to address the issue of unemployment, so that at least anytime people have problems concerning employment, they will know where to go. The Upper River Region regional governor stated that it is always appropriate and prudent for the country to have a national employment policy that will be known to everybody, and at the same time, having a Labor Act will help people to know what is supposed to be done if employed. For Star TV, I am Modu El Baji.
It is Modu El Baji, of course, giving us reports. And Modu, you've reported on this story in URL. Can you give us more insights, as to what really, took place?
Yeah, it is important that the Minister of Trade is duplicating efforts to create more jobs. Yeah. But before those jobs, there should be policies. Policies and programs, implementing policies and programs are very important. And because there are a lot of people here working, claiming to be working, let me put it in that way. Yeah. And again, we have a lot of local job opportunities within the country, but the longevity of staff, remains a big question. This is like many will attribute it to lack of proper, policies and programs from the side of the government. Yeah. So this is why the Ministry of the Ministry of Trade, Employment and team went to embarking on a nationwide tour to sensitize the people about these two policies they came, the Employment Policy and the Labor Act. So with that, at least if people are employed, will understand what is their roles and responsibilities, what is their employers, or what are their limits in ensuring that in opposed to the job they are given. So it's very important. So when they reach at the governor's residence, that is in Basse, that's Governor Ba, the governor also raised concern or raise the need for this government or the ministry to make sure that they have regional officers within these regions to ensure that if issues of job comes to play, that they will know where to go, which is key. I understand if such things happen, all they do is to rush to the governor's office. And of course, I know he is either tired of this issue or he even like the governor cannot know everything. Yeah. You understand he's the representative of government within the area. Yeah. But if there is a
and it's not even within his purview,
to address the issues of work. Yes, exactly. So ensuring the availability of these personnel that will address the issues of land within the region. At least if some people, someone have issues which have to do with employment, then the individual will easily go there. We will see others will pay fare from Basse down to the Kombosia just to file a complaint regarding the job issue. Yeah. So I think if government will adhere to this advice and of course come up with these people who will represent the Ministry of Trade there.
Decentralize everything.
Yes, decentralize everything in addressing issue of jobs. It will be more easier.
Yeah, and I also think the issue of employment policy and then looking at the Labor Act, I would say it's not only an issue, beyond the Greater Banjul area, even in the Greater Banjul area, for me, the implementation, is very key. The implementation of this employment policy, implementation of the Labor Act. I've come across a lot of companies, who even don't have any idea, of this Labor Act, who don't even know, what the Labor Act entails, who are always, having their own policy. But I think, any company policy, should be in line with the National Employment Policy. It also should be in line with the Labor Act. But this is not what is happening, honestly.
Yeah, this is not what is on the ground. But I believe informing the people about it. Of course, it doesn't only stop with the job seekers. Job creators also, those are those who create employment. We will are also part of this, sensitization initiative in making sure that whenever you draft in your work policy, then it will make sure that it encapsulates the local work.
Some of them don't even have work policies.
No. Most of the institutions in the country,
they don't have any policy.
Yeah, they don't have any policy. They sorry to say, they are more of a fuller man sub, but even some fullers, you go to their sub, they have their personal policies. Yeah, they would say that few souvenirs, you stand at that and force. Yes, or you hold your money.
Yes.
If I'm done selling, then you give me my money, then your money, then I give you change. Exactly. If those fullers are wise enough to have policies, how about this? Most of these institutions we have in town. So I hope, in fact, from sensitizing the local communities about this important documents, then the government will see how best it will do, especially the Ministry of Trade, to at least share a table with the job creators to inform them, to come up with a job policy at least.
Or what they should have done was, anybody who want to open a business, open a company, at the initial stage, you should be given these documents, and also you should be, educated that, in order for you to, operate, you have to make sure that these things are in place. In fact, you implement everything that is, in this. But, most of them
understand. Like when registering an association, you are required to have a constitution.
That's association,
but it will be very important if someone is registering a business, that he makes sure that his or her business policy is put on the table before earning that registration certificate from the Ministry of, from the registrar's office. So I think the ministers will still do more work, especially the Minister of Trade, in ensuring that all these entities, secure policies before they are registered. It's very easy to register a business in the country here, and of course we need more jobs, we need more investors, though they planning to create 1,500 jobs, if my memory can serve me well, in the near future. So investors are needed, but let us make sure that those coming, the investors coming, let them put their policies in black and white. At least if you are going to a company for job force, they give you a copy of the policy. At least it will guide the staff to know what he or she is entitled to, or where his or her limit stops. Then yes, we want you to work for us, your CV, it ends there.
Finish, exactly.
So it's annoying. In fact, if that is so, the issue of irregular, work, time, respecting time, misbehaving at work, at least will at least, we will forget about such.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much, Baji, for coming to this weekend news review.
Thank you.
All right. Well, viewers, we've come to the end of the program. We say thank you very much, and thank you very much to Basiru Sala and Josephine. They did a wonderful job, of course, in order for you to, sit at the comfort of your zone, to watch this weekend news review. I'm SARA CAMARA. I'm still bye to all of you out there. Till next weekend. Bye from us.